think people will think we're cool because we went running this morning, or just we're not really we don't really have a jogging audience, maybe. I took a video of James. Look at this. I was really very sweaty on my interview with Keegan Bradley yesterday. I went to run and get a cord from the car, got back and he had arrived early, so I had this real kind of late sweat thing going on. And now with this, I feel like people are just gonna think I'm just a really sweaty guy.
That's the exact look of the dog that I want to own.
Yeah,
that
you
exact
notice
dog.
not being,
That's Keegan the dog right there.
I would give you a treat if I could.
You've always been so.
I had the legitimate thought when I pulled up, because I don't think I've seen a VW Tiguan. I was like, I wonder if I'm just renting some dude's car that's parked here. Because it's a little beat up. It's a great car.
Imagine if you were. Rory, Rom, Monahan, JT, Spieth, Morikawa, and Homa today.
My working strategy for today, I'm planning to write up the PGA Tour schedule change news for the first part of the morning, and then I'm gonna do Monahan's presser for the second part of the early afternoon.
You gotta get
and then we'll see what happens.
gear. That means in the morning.
Get that laptop charged up.
I'm literally wearing a blue collar today. that is by design. Okay.
Where are you in terms of comfortability asking press conference questions?
Oh,
Claire?
100%.
I feel like you have.
I used to almost throw up before. But once you ask Tiger Woods a question, it's kind of like once you win gold medal in the Olympics. After that, running a local 5K is no big deal.
You're not scared to jump in the pool after that.
Yeah.
There's a players meeting that is just finishing right now as we speak. So we'll kind of talk to some guys about what happens in there. But I think they're really just presenting them with the changes.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the stuff that we basically already know about the new schedule and the new FedEx allocation. And since there's so many guys talking about it, I'm thinking of more of a bigger sceney piece of
nice.
The players have taken over the PGA Tour basically. Not in a way that, I don't know.
They've stormed the castle.
Yeah, not in not in a coup type way, but in a way that I feel like they've just seized their own destiny. Also, the players are it feels like they are all now kind of praising the tour because they now are the tour. They've made these decisions, they've made these changes, so they can't really gripe about them because this is what they settled on. This is the biggest bullying I've received since being on this Netflix show, is that I say, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how I'm gonna say it. PGA Tour is that's how I would say it, I think. Yeah, I once wanted to play on the PGA Tour, and people were like, you ruined the show for me. So now I'm trying to say it in my mind, it's TOR, PGA Tour. Does that sound more normal?
Which is how it's pronounced.
But it's kind of a thing that you do is pronounce it in a weird way, and I kind of miss it, so I want you to bring it back.
Yeah. Hey, this really weird thing that you do that everyone hates. I kind of miss that you do that.
Guys, look at the shoes. They're changing color.
Whoa!
Wait, so what changes color?
The Nike
Oh, the
that is
swoosh
so
and then
cool.
and the thing in the back.
Yeah, Rory, you guys obviously just got out of the player meeting. How would you describe the vibe in there, the level of buy-in from all the players? What's that dynamic been like?
Yeah, so I think when more information and data was presented to them, they, the people that maybe had reservations about it, I think came around, or at least were more informed. And I think that, the temperature in the room was, nowhere near as hot as I anticipated it to be once the information was sort of laid out.
So you mentioned that this week's event is going to be broadcast with limited commercial interruptions. I'm wondering what, if any, changes have you discussed with tour leadership about the commercial load during PGA Tour broadcasts?
We spent a significant amount of time with our broadcast partners, with CBS, NBC, with Golf Channel in particular, looking at and assessing, our broadcasts over the course of last season. And also, I just think that with the way fans are consuming the PGA Tour today, watching live golf is front and center, but also looking at our apps and live video and the way that we're taking our fans through that journey, we're going to continue to invest in that.
Double keyboard here. There's a little bit of a tech issue upon my arrival in Jacksonville yesterday. The R key on my keyboard was not working. Fortunately, it's not a letter that's used in many words, so I thought I could live without it. Turns out I can't. So had to go out and buy this portable keyboard last night, which is now resting upon my actual broken keyboard.
I don't think I've heard in a meeting like that where they're talking about like social media impressions that the tour has done in the last X amount of months. Oh, that was interesting.
88 million video views.
Yeah. That's kind of why that was the answer actually that made me think like maybe this is bigger than just about being like about TV broadcasts.
Yeah.
It's weird that Players Week has become this State of the Union thing.
So that was kind of the other thing that I was thinking about, is like the change in tone from last year to this year. It was like very, very apparent to me from that press conference.
Walked with Patrick Cantley's coach, Jamie Mulligan. We did a shoot with him last year with his court assistant. We were just reminiscing on that. Then we chatted with Rory a little bit. He was like super chatty, which I love because I love to chat. And then I saw Tyson Alexander, who is playing in his first Players Championship this week.
I feel like Xander is sneaky funny in press conferences, but for some reason people don't know what to ask him. Also, he always does press conferences in the afternoon when like people are out finishing stuff or talking to players or on the course. But anyway, he ends up having these short press conferences, but they're usually pretty funny.
Do you have any specific memories from last year? Like when you think back on your tournament experience, how crazy that wave is, what comes to mind?
17 was awesome. 18 was even better. I think Austin showed me the stat on his phone. That's why I got rid of social media, but I think he showed me like a first ever to go from like the top 10 to outside the top 100 or something like that in like one hole. So like I said, my team's all about giving me reality checks, and I got one.
I'm wondering, have you watched the Netflix show?
No.
Do you intend to watch it?
I don't know, man. I'm more of like a murder mystery. I don't really like to bring my work home. Unless there's any murder on the show, then probably not.
Have you been paying more attention to the TV ratings that have come out about the PGA Tour?
Yeah, I actually had a good discussion with Jay about this after Waste Management. I had read something that we had fairly low ratings at one of the events, and I was kind of asking, does this concern you? A day or two later, he sent me the final ratings of it, and it was, I think, the highest event. I can't remember what day, Saturday or Sunday, but it was the highest viewed event since the Players the year prior, so I thought that was a really good sign.
Mac's been pretty involved in the golf broadcast world for a while, and especially so this year. So I figured he's been paying attention to the ratings, and he has. I mean, it makes sense, right? If he's smart, you should know. The more people that watch, the better for him. More money for him.
Did you half of a Reese's cup? I'd like you to have this.
This might be the lowest morale moment of the day here.
Reached in, grabbed what I thought was 4 Reese's cups. Came back, only 3. Miscalculation.
You know, I think I'm a good person. I think I try to put good into the world. I'm not really sure what I did to deserve this. It's glorious right now. Woo! It's a good feeling. Astoria's coming together in a semi-cohesive manner. That's huge.
Misha, what % done would you guys say you are?
0% done.
I feel like I'm like
close to 70%.
83% done.
Ooh, okay, specifics.
Yeah.
It's like the more information you gather, the more impossible it is to sit down and synthesize it.
I just every time my headphones are in, I'm listening to brown noise. I'm not
what
listening
brown
to anything.
noise?
It's just Like, it's like white noise, but darker.
Noise, really.
This is
That's white noise. It's dark.
Oh,
That's satisfying.
Oh, that is
It
better.
is satisfying.
Some serial killer stuff.
Dark noise.
Yeah.
Private on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's on that list? Who's private on Instagram?
Cameron Young.
Cam Young. I think he said he only has 2 posts in his life.
Yeah, and then it's a lot of like the wives, like Annie Spieth, Jillian Thomas, Meredith Scheffler. A lot of private girlies, which I respect, but I also selfishly would love to see what they're up
You
to.
would just like to kind of be on the inside there.
Yeah.
Think they still post?
Yeah, they do. I see the numbers go up when I click on their profile.
Oh.
Lacey Homa, also private.
Not on Talk, though.
Not on Talk. Which I also like that. She gives us an outlet. Lena, not private. Jenna, not private. Paulina, definitely not private.
Dedication.
Stop that! Stop it!
Dedication to the craft right there. James might have broken his normal keyboard. He might have gotten a new keyboard. He might be putting the new keyboard on top of the old keyboard. He's got his
I'm not happy about any part of
6'5" frame jammed in the back seat of the
I told
Volkswagen Tiguan, typing away for the love of the content.
these guys.
What else is glam?
A couple of free dogs here. No hands, no helmets.
Also,
No worries.
The free
No
lattes are pretty
worries.
glam.
Ooh.
No, I did JetBlue. Sometimes they don't.
Welcome to
I always
Florida,
just try to
baby.
be direct.
That's a flippin' great mailbox, I'd like to say.
Oh, maybe I didn't.
Who had the best press conference today?
Always Max. Well, also, I think we learned a lot. Like, Rory's was really good this morning because he gave us some insight on the players meeting. But I also just think Max is very thoughtful. So I thought they were good bookends, actually. Those are my 2 favorite.
I loved Max's presser. I thought he was super insightful. He seems super passionate about these schedule changes. Like,
Said no one ever.
no?
What are my passions? No, you're totally right. It's just a funny sentence out of context. He's like, oh yeah, this new schedule, man.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
yeah.
You seem
Nobody went to this meeting today.
Yeah, what the hell?
Who was there?
But yeah, who did go to the meeting?
Yeah, because Rory said a lot of people went. Or
He
there was
said
a
it
good
was good
turnout.
it's just Rory in front of
But-
an empty room.
He's like, I
It's
loved
just
it.
like, yeah, it's like, I mean, I didn't even hear a single complaint about
Rory
about the
and,
problems.
Rory and Nate Lashley just talking it out. Very funny to think
Ended in a
about.
bro hug. What's on tap for tomorrow?
The first timers, like media day in the morning. So there are a couple guys I want to talk to about various things.
Got my little ride around with John Wood at 9 a.m.
Oh,
What's the plan for that?
we're gonna be pinging around tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah. Then we have golf in the afternoon.
I'm just gonna ride in a cart next to him. Make Darren
Watch him do this thing. Someone should write a story on you doing this story. Like, let's see James in his element.
That would actually
Be a
probably
snake.
be too meta, I think.
I'll do it. That'll be my
Because
round report.
you're doing a story on him.
Doing a
Doing
story,
story on
on a
Claire.
golf tournament.
Claire, you do a story on James doing a story on John Wood doing a story
And then
on
you do
Claire.
one on me doing it?
No, let's not take it. That would be ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous.
Alright, then we're going to the yards.
We're going to the yards.
We're gonna find black hole book.